Guys, welcome back to my channel. And for those who are new, my name is Taylor, and today I'm gonna give y'all an unpacking video. So I just moved back on campus for the spring semester, and I got some clothes to fold up and put away, you know. So while I do that, I'm probably gonna give y'all a little girl talk about healing through, you know, maybe family issues or heartbreak. So I'm going to do it based off the 5 stages of grief. So I'm going to go through each stage and kind of explain how I felt through those different stages and how they correlate so well with healing through, you know, breakup or anything. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so while I'm talking to y'all, I'm going to look on my iPad because beforehand I made notes because I wanted to make sure, you know, I got my points across while I'm talking to y'all. So first, understanding what are the 5 stages of grief. So natural responses to a loss, and it can be experienced in any order. So it's just like, it doesn't have to just be death. It can be heartbreak or, you know, losing a friend or like, you know, any of that nature. Like you're grieving somebody that's not dead. It could be anything. So the 5 stages are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And you go through these stages repeatedly in different orders. It's never going to be in the correct order. And that's what my therapist taught me. So that's why I learned the stages of grief. And I applied it to my life with actually losing people and actually, you know, grieving people that are still alive. But, you know, you got to keep them at a distance. So what I want to get into first is the first stage, which is denial. So in that stage, you're like, that train had to be so loud, my bad, y'all. But the first stage is denial, and that's the feeling of being shocked. Like, for instance, I'm gonna be a little vulnerable, a breakup. This is the time where you're like, I can't believe this happened. Like, you're shocked. You're stuck in the point like, did this really just happen? Did I just lose my person? What do I do? And you just can't believe it. And then you trying to act like you're okay. You're like, yeah, I'm cool. When people ask you like, yeah, I'm okay, I'm good. And you try not to act like you care about what they doing, and you trying to be bold. You know, some people, you know, post on social media like acting like they so unbothered and all that stuff. You know, you're in that denial stage. Personally, that's how I feel. Like, that's the denial stage, actually, you know, sitting down in my thoughts. And then you get into anger, which this is the time where you feel like you were betrayed. You feel like you wasted your time. You feel like this person didn't love you. You feel like this person didn't care. They like, why didn't you save the relationship? And you're just so mad, and you do stuff out of pocket. You crash out. You try to be petty. You trying to argue with them or nitpick with them, just bothering them while you are grieving it. And that's a natural response, especially when you devoted your time to a person, and you're gonna get upset. But you gotta understand, like, don't be like that. Personally, you know, I had to learn myself. You don't want to be like that. You don't want to crash. You don't want to give them your attention. You want to be better than that. And it takes time. And you got to realize you're human. So don't beat yourself up too bad about it, because it's going to happen. It's just a natural response, especially when you feel like you're really hurt about it. So you're going to have those moments, but don't sit in that and don't keep doing that forever, because it's not going to give you no grace. You're not going to heal, and you're just going to continue to bother this person, and they're going to continue to not like you, and you're going to continue to not like them, because you're going to keep thinking about all the negative things. And you eventually, if you keep pushing it to that point, somebody's going to get hurt. You know, it gets to the point where people pull up on each other, fighting, slashing tires, busting windows, all that crazy stuff. So, you know, you don't want to be like that, because you just mad and you trying to get your point across, you're trying to get closure, you're just trying to get all of that in one, and trying to understand what just happened. And And that's okay. But like I said, if you feel like you get to that point where you're starting to be in your mind like, oh my God, I can't take it, like it's really pushing me over the edge, go to therapy. Go to therapy. It will help. And therapy is not for everybody, but if you're not going to isolate yourself for a while, then I suggest therapy. But some things that you can do, you know, block them out of your life. Block them. Don't let them watch your stuff. Don't watch their stuff. Don't feed into what they're doing. Don't try to check up on them. Don't ask your friends about what they're doing. Don't do none of that. Don't try to start problems with people, because it doesn't get you anywhere. It's just like you think you're doing something, but you're not. But you're acting out of emotion at the end of the day. And you're acting out of your hurt. And so you don't want to act out of that and show that type of character towards everybody. And if it happens, it happened. But you got to learn from it. If you don't learn from it, then that's a problem. Next, I'm going to go into... Let me pull up my notes. Bargaining. So bargaining is when you're trying to like negotiate a lot of things or try to make deals with people. Like you're trying to find your way back into that relationship that you just got out of, and like you're still in that, like it's like mixed with denial. Like I feel like he's not done with me, or I feel like this isn't over. Let me try to have a conversation. Let me try to use something to get back into their life. And you try everything in your power to physically get in contact with this person. You doing the most unnecessary thing or the most extra thing, and they don't care. But you're just trying to make yourself feel better about like, maybe we can talk, maybe we can have a conversation. And then you start to be in your mind about like, what if I didn't react that way? What if that argument could have been different? What if I didn't say anything? Or like, you know, just kind of being in your head, like sabotaging like what happened. Like, what if I didn't do this? What if I didn't do that? What if that would have saved my relationship? Or what if that would have, you know, helped the situation? And it's just a whole lot of that, like understanding, like you can't blame yourself for that, what happened, and don't sabotage your way back into somebody's life when it's already set in stone and they made a decision. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be hurt, and if you choose to open that can of worms, you need to be ready for it and not be hurt by it. But don't do that. You don't want to do that, because it's not going to help anything, and you're going to continue to slow down your process of healing, because of the simple fact you just want to keep nagging and keep nagging and keep nagging, hoping for a better response. And so then, you know, once you are in that stage, you start to lean into depression. And that depression stage can look different for everybody. Like a relationship can hit somebody hard. Like I can say for me, it hit me hard. Like it took a toll on my mental health. It honestly hurt me, but you know, I can't let that stop me for what I'm doing day to day. Like I can't let that mess into my work ethic of like me finishing school, getting a job, doing all these things for my future, because I'm sitting here heartbroken. That's the last thing you want to do, but it will happen. You're going to go into isolation. That's why I say isolation is the key when you are in that stage, because you try to invite new people in your life knowing that you're not healed. You can damage them too. Hurt people hurt people. So you don't want to be that type of person. I don't want to be that type of person. So I knew I didn't want to, you know, jump out there or try to be funny or try to do like stuff like that, because of the simple fact I don't like the feeling of being hurt or being betrayed or feeling like, dang, I gave my time to somebody, I gave my energy, I gave my love to somebody, and I go and be like, since it didn't work out, I'm gonna mess up something else, or I'm gonna jump into another relationship and potentially mess that up because I'm not fully healed. So I'd rather, you know, sit in my thoughts, heal, understand my emotions, understand where I went wrong and where I went wrong going into a relationship, not being aware of certain things, not acknowledging red flags. And it's going to be a sad process because you're going to actually have to feel these emotions. Like, you're going to be hurt. You're going to go down memory lane. Like, what went wrong? What was the red flag in that moment of time that you ignored because you love that person so much? Or, you know, understanding where you went wrong. What was toxic on your end? What did you have to learn from? And it's like, dang, like, it makes you feel away. And that's a good thing that you acknowledge what you done. You see what they've done. You see how people can be. And you know what to avoid. And you know how to set those boundaries for yourself. But you're going to go through that stage. It's a human, it's a natural response. You was hurt. You're going to cry. You're going to feel depressed. You're not going to feel bothered with anybody. You're not going to want to talk to nobody. You just don't want to talk about it. Or you're that person that you have your friends, your closest friends, that you kind of vent to them about it to get it off your mind. And, you know, they'll make you feel good, but I like having friends that's like my friends are like humbling. Like, they'll tell you like, okay, you can feel a certain way and feel all the hurt and take your time, but you cannot sit in this. We will not let you sit in the pain. You're not going to continue to just waste your life away thinking about, oh, I'm so sad about such and such. What could I have done? What could I have done to save this? Or you start blaming yourself. And like, you don't want to do that because it doesn't help your mental health either. And you'll go even crazier. Trust me. So with that, yeah, definitely. Because all this is based off of a personal experience. And if you don't catch it or understand it early on, I'm glad it happened because it was a lesson learned. I know what to look out for. I know what bar to set for myself. And dodging those red flags early to, you know, avoid that heartbreak. Because if I'm going to actually care for somebody, I'm going to care for them and, you know, hope that it works out. So right now I'm just in that season of like, I want to enjoy life and enjoy life by myself, enjoy loving myself. That's how I'm pulling myself out of that depression, because I don't want to keep beating myself up every day or feeling miserable while that person is all moved on with their life, while you still over here. What could I have done? What could I have done? I'm so sad. I'm gonna go cry now. Like, it's gonna get to a point where you're like, I can't live like this. And so I'm in that stage. So all I'm hoping for myself is happiness. And if that wants to come back around, love wants to come back around for me, then, you know, love come. And it'll be on God's timing, because I'm giving it to God. Because me trying to figure stuff out on my own, I know I can't do that. So I don't even know why I keep pushing for that. So, you know, during that time, at that depression, you're going to feel like that. You're going to be thinking a lot. You're going to be in your head a lot. You're going to miss sleep. You're not going to eat. You don't want to be like that. Don't do that. Because everybody copes different. I know I've coped like that, and it's not good. And a thing that I would say, advice, start picking up new hobbies. Start picking up things you used to enjoy that you don't do as much. Surround yourself with your friends. Don't try to sit alone all the time, because yeah, you can isolate with like not entertaining people and all that, but always kind of keep your friends around. Get you a good laugh here and there while you're still trying to cope with everything. And with that being said, is when you get into your last stage, which is acceptance. And it will get better. I promise you it will get better. It starts to get better, and you have to let it get better, because you have to start pushing those thoughts out your head. Start pushing those memories out your head. Don't always think about like, oh, what could I have done? It's a relationship. No love is ever gonna find me. I'm never gonna be in a relationship again. I don't want to be hurt again. I don't want to do this. Instead of just don't focus on, you know, relationships right now. You just got out of one. You're fresh, so you're dealing with everything. You're finally accepting that, you know, that ship has sailed and better days are coming for you. But you have to let those better days come and not still sit within false hopes of something that's never going to happen again. And, you know, people say, you know, what if it was meant to be, it was meant to be. If it comes around, it comes around. Like, don't keep that mentality, because you're going to think like, oh, maybe they'll come back around. Don't keep that mentality, because then you'll get into the stage of waiting for them, or like, you know, being on standby. Don't do that. Don't do that. Get all that relationship stuff out your head. When you start accepting the fact, like, okay, yeah, it is done. Accept it for what it is. And everybody's not perfect, so don't think like me telling y'all this, I'm a perfect person. I've went through these different stages multiple times in different orders. Sometimes you might accept it, or you still accepting it, but you still going through the other stages of like petty stuff, and you don't want to be like that. Like, because I feel like personally I just have anger built up, and I have to learn to cope with that. Like, understanding, like, take it as a lesson. It happened, you had great memories or whatever, but that's over with. That was in the past, and it's not easy at all. So you do dumb stuff, you say stupid stuff, you act out of feelings, and you just gotta learn to you know, get better with that. And I feel like, you know, it's slowly getting there. But I've had my days, and you know, I'm in that I don't care stage, and I don't want to stay in that stage. It's like, I don't care. I do. I should care about how I portray myself, and not feeding in or giving in to my emotions. Let my emotions take over me, instead taking my emotions back. Because I honestly feel like once you do it, you're like, what did you gain from it? And like, it doesn't you don't get anything from it, and it's just like your value. Like, especially somebody that overthinks a lot, you start to think about like, dang, I just devalue myself a little bit, because why did I do that? Why did I entertain that? Why did I jump out there and do that out of emotion, knowing that I don't want nothing to do with this person? I'm just doing it because I'm mad. And, you know, but it will definitely get better. I've felt better. I haven't been too sad. But I'm thinking about it less. I'm starting to think about it less. And I've tried to do stuff that I feel like will help me forget about that person, or like do stuff. I don't know, it's weird. I feel like I do stuff or put myself in situations to make myself mad about the situation when the ship has sailed, to kind of like make me be like, oh, you know what, I'm over, I'm done. Like, pissing me off even more, to the point where it gets me so furious, to the point like I really do not care anymore, and it's just dead. The situation's dead to me. And I've done that so many times during this stage. Like, I'm not fazed by a lot of stuff, I'm not hurt by a lot of stuff, and I could be funny at times, and I don't want to keep doing that because it's just stupid. Because of the simple fact I don't care, and that's not showing that person that you don't care. It's showing like you are obsessed, you want to talk to me, you miss me. In reality, I don't. It's a process. You're gonna, especially a relationship that you cherished a lot, it's gonna take time. But trust me, the days get better. You start surrounding yourself with good people, and good people that care about you. And, also getting yourself out that shell and getting yourself out of that. Because now it's like you're learning to live, you're learning to be single again. And you're learning, like, you're not the same person that you were when you were single before you got in a relationship. You're somebody that's totally different. You're somebody that experienced a lot of stuff while in a relationship, and you're older, you're more mature about how you go about situations or go about things. So, give yourself grace about, being single again and getting adjusted to it. It's not easy. You might fall for a lot of stupid stuff. If it takes you to fall for it, or just do it and get it out your system. Because trust, you're not gonna want to keep doing it. It's to the point where it's like, okay, that was my last rodeo, not doing it no more. And you officially just let it go and forget about it. And then, people come back. God tests you to see if you really off that. You really off that person. These, letting them go officially. And so, yeah, you gotta be ready for that test, because you gotta think about it. Why would you want somebody in your life that did you the way that they did, and should have access to you? You shouldn't have any access to you, and just let them be in the past. And it's gonna hurt, but hey, it's life, and everybody goes through it. Yeah. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to comment down below what videos y'all want to see from me. And I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.